Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Adala. Today I'm bringing you another DCS video, and we're going to take a look at the JF-17 Thunder. This is a module that I picked up about a week ago. Unfortunately, I picked it up before the sale. I didn't know there was a sale, but for those who are looking for a new module, this is a great time to be maybe discovering this aircraft, as the 2024 end of summer sale is currently on at DCS. Yeah, I'm not paid by DCS to do this video, but basically it was good timing. So I just got into it. I was looking for a something different from the Hornet, something that was modern. And the main thing that attracted me to this module, I'll be frank with you guys, was the three giant iPads that are in the cockpit. And essentially I wanted to see what it would be like to fly an aircraft that was modern. So this aircraft was introduced into the first Pakistani Air Force squadron in 2010, I believe. And I think they probably have about 80 or 100, like 80 of them or something right by now. And this is like the block 1.5, they say, something between block 1 and block 2. And currently they're working on block 3. It is a Gen 4 aircraft. And they're saying the block 3 would be a kind of a Gen 4 plus aircraft. And yeah, it's basically the most modern aircraft that is available in DCS. Because of just the fact that it was released like 14 years ago, like about 30 years after the Viper or the Hornet. So so yeah, that's what drew me to it, and everything else was essentially a bonus. And I was actually kind of surprised, pleasantly surprised at all the great features. It is an absolutely exceptional module, and it's become one of my favorites immediately. Just to give you context, I picked this up over the F4 Phantom, the F-15 Strike Eagle, and such other popular aircraft, right? So I didn't even know about this aircraft until I got into it. So anyways, here we are in the Syria mat at Akatiri. I've got her loaded up with some munitions. You can see there on the right pylon we got two laser guided bombs, GBU-12s. We've got right next to it we have an anti-ship missile, and then on the other side we have the two anti-radiation missiles, LD-10s, equivalent of HARMs, and then we have the equivalent of a super-sized JSOW. This thing basically deploys cluster munitions that have IR sensing, and it's actually even more powerful than the JSOWs. On the center pod we have the WMD-7 targeting pod, and yeah, we got a little ladder and everything. This scheme is the paint scheme is the In-Sky Virtual Flight Club skin. So yeah, that's what she looks like from the outside. She's a multi-role aircraft, and but they say not multi-mission. It is essentially a very light and small aircraft that can't carry a lot, including it can't carry a ton of fuel without external tanks. But it does, if you stay off the burners, it does get very good range. It sips on fuel, kind of, I think. Like, it's not terrible, essentially. Yeah, it's light. It's people compare it to the F-16. It has things that are much better than the F-16 and things that are much worse. So, and just to remember, this aircraft is a budget aircraft. It costs 20 million. The Block 1 cost 20 million per aircraft, compared to 100 plus million, 5th gen fighters. So and I think that's one of the appeals of this aircraft is that it it doesn't do everything very well. It is budget. There's some things that don't work perfectly with it. And so yeah, that's what's great about it. Before moving on, I'll just like to say that one of the great things that is just the ability that to have many weapons, several of them that are capable of doing things that the F-16 or the Viper or the Hornet cannot do. So yeah. So just as a final summary or point that I wanted to make on the intro is that it has a lot of unique features that the other aircraft don't have, and a lot of features that are better, and a lot of features that are worse. So, and now we will go ahead and look at those features. So, jumping in the cockpit, and the first thing you'll see is, you know, the three iPads is again, it's what drew me to this aircraft. It was these massive iPads that are in front, and this is the closest that we have in DCS to a a Gen 5 type of displays, like large area displays. They're not quite LEDs, but they're pretty close, you know. And you will see that that's one of my favorite features, and it's pretty amazing. The clarity that you have. The other thing I'd like to point out that I personally loved is just the layout of the cockpit. It's pretty amazing. Everything is intuitive. It's a nice looking cockpit, and everything is where it should be, and it's simple enough without being over complicated, and it just feels at home. Like, I just really love, and it has so many unique features, like for example these the lights here, they swivel, floodlights, and we will see that in a bit. You know, lots of cool little things. And then the other thing is the attention to detail on both sound, sights, and everything. So, so for example, the aircraft has a data cartridge, DTC, and which is something nobody else has and modeled. So, anyways, that's good enough for the intro, and we'll move on to the startup, and then we'll pretty much, as I go through, I'll explain some of the features that I like, and then we'll go for a quick flight. We'll drop some weapons, look at the systems, look at the different displays, and then come back for a landing. I might split this into multiple videos just to make them short, so do stay tuned for parts 2, 3, 4, whatever. And I will be coming back. This is a bit of a series, as it's going to be a mixture of me just kind of talking about things, and also just showing you, and practicing different things, so you will see the practical use of the aircraft. Anyways, let's get on with the startup. So first things first, what I like to do is go to the ground crew, go to configuration panel, and update INS align data, which essentially, if you don't do this, the coordinates, you have to punch in coordinates, kind of like many other aircraft. So it's a nice feature that you don't have to do that. But it is simulated, so it's not like it's just there. You have to ask the ground crew to do it. And then we'll remove the inlet cover and the ladder. So go ahead and do that. So if we go check out, the ladder should have
coordinates ready.
All right, there we go. There you go. Ladder's gone in. Coordinates are ready. All right. Anyways, right here we've got battery gen and DC gen. So first of all, look at these. Look at how nice that looks. That was one of the things I really impressed me. You press on that, and they stop flashing. So it's telling us that we have you know, all sorts of warnings going on. And the startup, the way I like to do it is essentially going from right panel to left panel. So the INS, will flick that later. Here, these are the power systems. I'm going to put them all on combat, and I'll also power on the that is the pod. I'll put the intercom on. I'll get the radios on and the missile warning. The warning. Oh, there you go. So that works. we'll get the lighting on the consoles. And that's the next thing is I like to say that, like, how cool, I really like the lighting on it. Here's the floodlights I was talking about. And then moving on, so we did the lights. Yeah, I know. And then so here we can do external lights. We'll get to anti-collisions. You have different modes.
Warning.
You know, what is the warning?
Warning.
Okay, you know,
Warning.
I'm gonna just shut you off for a second here.
Warning.
Nope, that's not what I meant to do.
Warning. Warning.
Let's shut you up just for a bit. There. So, all right. We want it steady, bright, normal, and the formation lights. We don't want those, so we're good to go. This is gonna indicate to people that we're willing to start. Let's look at the lights. We got the position green, red position lights. And then we have white position light in the back. And the flashing strobes look like this. Perfect. So we're pretty much set with that side of the cockpit. On this side, we'll you typically do this when the engine is on, but I'll like to do it here. We do have power, so transmit, receive. We got the radios on, and then might as well hook our oxygen and all of that, and turn our oxygen on. Otherwise, I just forget about it. And I like that it's just a valve like that. And then I think nothing really here. Bitching batting is going to tell you about the configuration there. And then before starting the engine, we're going to turn on the pump and all of that. And then as far as here, we can go ahead and turn the brightness, the HUD, and get this thing going. And we can see on the kneeboard, like on our INS, 343503, 343504. Okay, good enough. 330003. Those are correct. So the INS is pretty much good to go. I don't know if you can align it. How it's. Yeah, it is. 39 seconds to align an INS, so less than the 2 minutes of the Hornet. So it's one of the fastest aligning INSs. And that's about it. Before the engine startup is, well, I like to do all that stuff. Maybe, yeah, we could arm that, but later. But then we get the fuel pump on, and we'll start it up. Hold this for 4 seconds. That's how easy the startup is. Sometimes you get a... Oh, engine control, sorry, I forgot about that one. Do I need to put this on idle? Maybe I can't remember if I can. Yeah, I think you have to put it on idle before. While that is happening, we'll get the ground crew. These are our data carters, so let me actually close this. That's a good startup. So anytime you do, and then here, this is another cool thing. Like, look at this. All that sounds of the pressurization. Yeah, usually every time there's a change, you have to do a data cartridge entry. So you basically insert the data cartridge, and right here it says you select all, and then you enter, and it will transfer everything. So navigation points, weapon information, everything gets turned on, and then let's get this.
Warning.
And then
Warning.
what is it?
Warning.
Reduce RPM.
Warning. Warning.
Oh yeah, this is important.
Warning. Warning.
Yeah,
Warning.
just wondering what is.
Warning.
Alright, is it this guy?
Warning.
I probably need to go into air to ground.
Warning.
Perfect. And seats. Alright, so remove this guy. Awesome. So yeah, it's very, very detailed. So here the next thing that I love about this dynamic checklist. So we're in a cold start, and right here we can see if there is. So the SPJ, we're not going to use the jammer, and then the engine is good. Radio, TAC and ILS column. Yeah, I mean I purposefully didn't put it. Alright, I'll put it a little bit. And then let's go to the next one. These are good. Formation lights, I'm not going to put those on. And oxygen is at 100%. Is it not? I don't know why it's not, at least it's not red. And then we'll do taxi, and then we'll scroll back up. Formations, we're not going to do those either. Okay. And then we can do for flight, I think. Yeah, so this just goes to show you how to do that. So we're all good. One downside that I'll tell you right away is we have COM1 and COM2. And in order to use the data link, you have to actually use up your COM2 for the data link, which leaves you with only one COM, which unfortunately is unfortunate, you know. So we're turning our data link on now. That's done. And you'll see things populating here pretty soon. So the other great thing, you know, obviously is this massive map. And the sensor fusion on this aircraft is phenomenal. So this is your HSD, your RWR, your SA, all combined, your TACAN, everything is combined into this one screen. So it usually might take a little bit of time for the data link to come on, or potentially for the data link yeah, it's all on, so we're good. It'll probably take some time. Oh, I didn't put the AWACS. Oh man, that's what's going on. Shit, I didn't put the AWACS. Oh well. I'll probably show that in the next video then. I'll put an AWACS in to show all that functionality. Anyways, I think we're good to go here. On the stores page, we have all of these guys. What I'd like to do is, you know, let's go to air to ground mode. Make sure that the things that require powering do power on. So I think it's, I don't know if it's this guy. And turn master on. There's some of these that require time. That doesn't. So we'll turn this guy on. 188 is the right code, and then these guys as well. I just want to turn these on so that we don't have to deal with... No, we do have AWACS. It just took a minute. Wow, look at that. Holy shit. Okay. So yeah, these are aircraft. The little line basically means that they're not on your radar. These are friendlies. This is the RWR from that E3 that we have. And this is a surface target. Unlike all the other modules, I'm not aware of any other module that actually puts ground targets like ships and ground units onto the SA or HSD. But that's a ship, right? That is being detected by radar, and it's not our radar. So yeah, it's really, really cool. All right, we got all that. I'll turn master arm off again, and then is alignment stopped? I wonder. Yeah. Anyways, look, we can always align. When we're airborne, I guess I can go ahead and so parking brake off. We can make sure. One of the things, so the sensor control, everything is like HOTAS bound, a lot of things. So let's get taxiing here. Nose wheel steering is on. And yeah, you see, like I'm just pressing a bunch of, like on my HOTAS, and it's everything is HOTAS control is great. You don't have to buy an extra keys for the HOTAS. It comes, I mean you do, but they're meant to be bound. So yeah, we are in Akaturi. I don't know if I mentioned that on Cyprus, and beautiful morning here. It does sound a bit, what do you call it? Just like the external. It becomes louder when you fly, but on the ground it's very, very quiet. So I will turn the volume down. So we'll line up here. We are heavy, so they do recommend flaps for very heavy loadouts, but full burner. You don't have to worry about trim like with a Hornet. Alright, about here, start rotating. Aim for 10 degrees. And then gear up. I like to well, first of all, let me turn the volume down because it does even more. All right, so a little left pitch there. So there we go. Now we can ease off the burners. Lovely sounds from the outside. So we're gonna head north here, and look at how awesome that map looks like. And I'm gonna ease off a bit. We have 4,700 pounds of fuel. So in any other aircraft, that would have been like almost nothing. Here, if you ease off, it's actually pretty nice. So the first thing we'll do is head towards some targets that I know are over here, and autopilot on. So on this screen, I like to put the pod. Turn that on. Cage it. Go to IR, and there's our pod. On this screen, I like to go with the radar. Yeah, no, that was fine. And that screen is where we have that. So sensor control back. Oh, it's on standby. Okay, forgot about standby and silence. Okay. Now we have our ground radar. You can go to 80 miles. 40 miles, and a lot of stuff is on the radar shadow over there. And then if I go sensor control left and press, it's currently slaved. Let's slave it forward. And then what I like to do is you have to refocus the first time, and then it becomes nicer. There we go. Over the gain. I like to go more contrast. This is quite important to get a good picture. There we go. I guess that's good enough. And yeah, as we head over there, so one of the great things, so if I just with the HOTAS, I can go ahead and zoom in, and it's got a great HOTAS. Like we are way out there right now. These things are not always the easiest to lock. I don't know if you can always lock them, because they're basically part of the scenery. So just trying to lock this guy up. Maybe yeah. Yeah, I think the but look how far that was, right? So so on our HUD you can see where we're looking at right now, and on our HSD, this is the sensor fusion we're talking about. It's like the Hornet, but it's just so much, you know, clearer. So as I move the HSD here, and I do a sensor control, I'm going to zoom in a bit, and then I'm going to go back with the radar. What did I just do? Okay, yeah. And then with the radar, we'll go to, we can do 20, or yeah, we'll do that. So if I, like, I am currently designated with the radar, and you can use it to cheat a little bit. It's really not seeing a lot because of the mountains right now, so we'll go back to FLIR. We'll designate with the FLIR. Go from there. So we are kind of low right now, so let's get some altitude. And she is loaded right now. I mean, she's gonna very small aircraft. Like it's almost the same takeoff weight as empty weight as the Viper, but much weaker engine. So and she's heavy. She doesn't like to be heavy. So we'll climb here. That little sound is basically SA6 being detected, and we can see that there is an enemy contact there. Alright, let's go to sensor select here, see what we can see. Autopilot is on. Let's get the gain reel down. That's too much. There it is. You see it? Go pick the first guy up. And let's set up our, double check our weapons. So we'll go for GBU-12s. We'll go make them safe, and that's all you gotta do, guys. Then go back to the pod. Now we are 6.4 miles, so plenty of time to set up. As long as it doesn't lose the log. There we go. So now we're good. You know, in DCS, sometimes the hardest thing is just finding things, setting up for them properly before you overfly it. So we're 5 miles out. Unfortunately, the countdown only starts like within a couple, like less than a mile. But essentially, all you're trying to do is get these things to line, and then there'll be a tone, and then you release. Pretty simple. There you go. I guess we're low and slow, so we're gonna be literally on top of them. .8 miles. There you go. 13 seconds. 12. 7, 6, 5, 4. There we go. Alrighty. So let's see what we got. It's auto lasing. So you can laze manually as well, but there you go. It's destroyed.